So one of the other great things that you can do with shaped dies like this is create your own shaped easel cards. And easel cards are the cards that fold flat to go in the envelope, but then are going to stand up on like an easel basis like this. And they're very easy to do once you've got the trick and once you learn how. So hopefully you'll learn the trick and be able to use this with lots of your other shaped dies as well. So here's what you're going to need to start with. You're going to need to cut some pieces of card. I'm going to make it with the largest die in this set. So you need to cut some pieces of card just slightly larger than the largest die in the set. And you need 2 pieces that are just flat pieces of card. And then you need another card which is hinged. So a card that's over the fold, the same size as these. Because what we're going to do first of all is we're going to take this and we're going to basically cut a shaped card by taking our die and placing it over the edge of the card. So I just pop a little bit of tape on to hold this in place. You only need it just slightly over the edge, just so that you've got the hinge in there. And I'm going to hold that in place with that little bit of tape. Now the great thing is if you're using the Gemini is absolutely powerful enough to be cutting through 2 layers of card like this. And you're going to use the same sandwich. You're going to use your clear cutting plate, you're going to add the magnetic for extra strength, and then you're going to use your top plate. And then offer it into the machine, and you'll hear it working that little bit hard where it's cutting through 2 layers of card. And I'm going to reverse it out just because we only needed to cut at the top part of the die. And actually that's sending it through twice, so just think about it as giving it an extra nice clean cut over there, over top here. So when I turn it over, we can look over here and see that it's cut through those 2 layers of card, absolutely no problem at all. So what you end up with, and I will be careful because for all this is called low tack tape, it's not the lowest of low tack. You end up with that lovely shaped card like this. So then we need to do the same again. We're going to cut through the other 2 layers, and now I know we can cut 2 layers of thick cardstock like this. Might as well cut them both at once. So we're going to put our other 2 layers of card down and pop the die over and cut those 2 layers as well. So that is all the card cut that we're going to need to construct this base piece of card from. So I can just take my die, pop that back in place. Now, with the one that we've got here, what I want you to do is to put a score line across the middle of the front. So I'm just going to rest it up against my scoring board. Make sure we're nice and square on here. And then just pop that through the middle there, okay? Because what that's going to enable us to do is put that fold in so you can see that that forms the basis to begin with. It's very important to get that folded square so that it's going to all line up. Then our pieces of card, the top one, what you're going to do is you're going to put tape just on the bottom here, and you're going to line up this exactly over the front. Because it's a circle, it's the easiest shape to do it with, and you'll see it's going to line up there. And then what I have done is I've already taken a piece of card and just put a little strip of cardstock over the base, so I'm going to stick that on the bottom. Now before you stick that in place, make sure you just square off along the top, because what you need to do is make sure that that lines up, and we've basically cut off that top bit of the hinge there. So you can see that is making that basic shape of our easel. Okay, now to do a little bit of the decoration, what I've done is, and I've already done this, you can see the next size die down, I've used that to die cut just a circle, inked around the edge just like you saw me do in the previous video, and that's got that lovely stitched edge. So that's just going to form the base on the front of the card here. And I've just used the same cardstock so that everything's layering up. And what it's doing is it's giving extra strength to my card. You see, this is the beauty of these dies. You've got the lovely scalloped edge, but then the stitched edge fits beautifully inside it. Now, just to finish the easel, and this technique is all about creating the easel, not decorating. So what I've done is I've just used some elements from the kit. I've stamped that beautiful big floral stamp just to give me a little bit of something to go on the front. And I'm going to raise that up with some 3D glue just to stick that on the front part. So there's my flower on the front, and I've got a few little leaves here, and again these are from the stamped set, so they've just been stamped and coloured in. So I'll pop one underneath there, and then what every easel needs is some form of stopper, so it needs something to hold it up in place. And what I've done is I've used one of the toppers from the kit, so this is the especially for you topper, and I'm just going to create a little bit of shaping there, and I'm going to put some flat tape at the two ends. This is where it's going to stick flat, and then 3D glue in the middle so that we get that lovely board front. So that's going to go on here, stick it flat at the sides and bow in the centre. So that centre bow is what's going to form that lovely stopper for our card, you can see there. And then just to give it a little bit down here, I've done that lovely little flower, so I've got another little leaf going here, and then the butterfly. And that's how you use those beautiful dies to create your own shaped easels.